Hello and welcome back to my channel and my second part of my sort of big mega lockdown house clean video. So if you didn't watch my last one, I will link it up here and down below. Go and watch that first because I'll show you the state that was this house prior to this clean. So I cleaned. We live in a 3-story sort of townhouse, and I did the top floor and most of the middle floor yesterday, so that's all in that vlog. And then I'm going to tackle our spare bedroom, the first set of stairs, and then downstairs, which is our kitchen, utility, downstairs toilet, playroom and my office, and sort of front hallway, I suppose. Today is Sunday, it is a lovely sunny day, so I've got the doors open, so hopefully that will help with a nice fresh scent in the house. Oh, if you're new, my name's Nicola. I make lifestyle videos and vlogs and hauls and things like that. So if you like that sort of thing, I would love it if you would subscribe, and you can do that by clicking the button just down here. And if you have clicked on this video first, then go and watch the other one first so you can see the state the house was in. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with the cleaning. I have already put a wash on and I've got several baskets of clean washing to go back upstairs. Do you know what? One thing, if we can learn one thing from America in the UK, it's to put our laundry or washing machine, tumble dryers in our bathrooms and not in our kitchens. To me, it does not make any sense having washing machines in kitchens. You always have to bring clothes down to wash them and then back upstairs to put them away. It would make so much more sense to have them in the bathroom. But hey, never mind. I have got to take all the clothes back upstairs, put those away. I've got a wash on. And I think I'm going to start with our spare bedroom because that is in a real state and my makeup needs sorting, putting away, and yeah, that would then mean those 2 floors are completely done and I can then focus the rest of my day on the downstairs. So I'll see you afterwards. Okay, so I've just brought up the 2 big crates of clean laundry and I sort them into piles. I always do it this way. I sort them into piles of each individual person in the family and then distribute them amongst the various areas of the house. So Phoebe's goes to her room, Archie's to his room, and then I put away my clean washing and leave Andrew to do his at a later date. This just is the easiest way of getting it all done. And then to put mine away, I pile it into piles of the various types of clothes and then put them all away at once. It just is easy and quick. Right, I'm now into our spare bedroom, so I'm just sorting through all the various bits of rubbish and stuff that has accumulated. I don't know about you, but when you have a room that doesn't get used very often, then all of the stuff that you don't know where it needs to go in the house tends to just get dumped in that room, and this is what happens here. It is just a dumping ground. So I'm just going through all of the makeup and bits. In this actual purple case is where we keep all the makeup and bits and hair stuff for Phoebe's festivals that we go to. So I'm just emptying everything out into a big pile, and then I'm going to sort through and just chuck away everything that we don't need, anything that's old or out of date that I don't use, and then put back all of the things that I use regularly. I've got a little pile there of my makeup brushes, and I do actually go and wash these. They don't get washed anywhere near enough, but I did wash these today and they look so much better now. Much stronger than they will ever be. Don't you know that you're beautiful? So just moving on to my little dressing table, giving it a good clean. I've used the elbow grease to clean it because it has makeup and things on it. It can get quite grimy, so I thought the elbow grease would be a good way of cleaning it. And then I did spray it with the polish as well. I'm using a magic eraser as well. I'm going to do a separate video about these magic erasers because I find them absolutely brilliant to use, especially on white furniture. It takes off all of the marks, and yeah, it makes it just look so much cleaner. So I cleaned it and dried it with the magic eraser and then went over with the pledge just to make it smell a bit fresher. You're perfect as you are, just the way you are. Perfect as you are, just the way you are. Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you came. Just giving the mirror a wipe with the multi-surface spray before I put that back onto the table. and then start putting the makeup bits back where they belong. After I started moving things around and changing where everything was, I kind of decided that the room might look better in a slightly different organisation, so I started moving the furniture. I'm just taking off these post-its on the wall. They were from when Archie was doing his GCSE revision. He was working from this room, but obviously he's not doing that anymore, so I thought it was about time those went away. It's all for you. It's all for you. So I started to move the furniture, and I decided this bed would look better on the other wall. It's actually a pull-out bed. It's the Hemnes bed from IKEA, and once I started moving it, realised how difficult it is to move because there is another bed underneath, and it was not easy. But I did hoover as I went along and got rid of all the cobwebs and the dust and the dirt behind the bed. It's never been moved since it was put there a few years ago, so obviously it was quite grubby and dirty. But this was a bit of a mega job to do on my own, but I was pleased with the result once I'd moved it. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. So just giving everywhere a good clean and a dust and a hoover with the hoover, and then I decided to move the dressing table around to this side of the room. The light is better, and I just thought it made a bit of a difference, and it was nice to have a bit of a change. And then put this unit on this side of the room. As I mentioned, I think before, this unit isn't going to stay. We're going to get rid of it, but it needs to stay here for the moment until we can find, until we can take it to the dump. Just giving everything a little bit of a wipe over and a cleaning Andrew's guitar, which I bought him for his birthday many years ago because he wanted to learn to play, and I don't think he's ever picked it up, so it just sits there gathering dust. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Then finally just putting things away on this side. These drawers underneath the bed are really handy actually. We keep all our puzzles in one and then some pillows and things in another. Just giving the blanket a bit of a hoover. It's not dirty, it just needs a bit of a freshen up. The dog does sit on here quite a bit, so there's not much point in washing it regularly. And then putting the cushions back in place, just making it look a bit more homely. Then at last moving on to the stairs, and just the same as I did with the upstairs in the last video, just wiping down the skirting boards with the Pledge multi-surface spray, and then hoovering the carpet as I come down. I actually got about 3/4 of the way down and the hoover ran out of charge because I'd left it out overnight, which was a really stupid thing to do, so I had to keep going, putting it back on charge so that I could finish the rooms for the rest of the afternoon. So I moved it into the playroom, which you will have seen me tidy before. If you've seen my videos before, I regularly have to tidy this room, but just giving it a quick once over, putting all Phoebe's work away and just giving it a general tidy up.
I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I would get up again.
You noticed a while ago that there are some marks on one of these cushions, so I got my Dr. Beckman's carpet cleaner and gave it a bit of a scrub, and they came out straight away. I was so pleased because I didn't really want to have to put it into the washing machine, and yeah, they came out beautifully, so I was really chuffed with that. So just giving everything a quick tidy up, There was a kite there that we got from a car boot sale a while back that's never been used, so I put that into the bin and just give everywhere a little hoover.
But if I fall, I will get up again.
And now into my office, which apart from dust and general clutter isn't too bad, but I've just been going around really tidying up, moving things, putting things away where they're supposed to be. This downstairs cupboard needs a real sort through, but it's not too bad, but it does need a proper sort through at some point. So just going through, emptying my bin and clearing up all the mess under my desk, and then going through my letter tray. There are an awful lot of stuff in here that just gets put there, thinking I'll deal with that later, and a lot of it's rubbish. So I just went through that and sorted out what needed keeping and what could be thrown away. I think just about everybody must have one of these units, is it Expedite units in their houses somewhere. We have so many of them. So I was just sorting through the general baskets that I keep up there, cleaning out clutter, just making it look a little tidier than it was before. There's not a huge amount of rubbish here, but things that could be just put away that's just been dumped on the shelves. So I just went through all the different areas, just tidied up and got rid of anything that we didn't want to keep. As you can see, I started to get rather a large bag of rubbish from this office, a lot more than I was expecting to throw away. So just giving it a hoover, and then I'm going to mop in a moment and also go around and get rid of all the cobwebs. I do want to get rid of that chandelier at some point. It is really a dust trap and I keep hitting my head on it, so I don't even want to keep that anymore, but I need an alternative from somewhere. So just polishing everything in our hallway, so where we keep all our shoes and everything, giving the mirror a good clean, and then giving everywhere a nice hoover and dust, just making it much fresher. And then I'm going to move in with the spray mop and mop all of these floors. I'm using my Ginger Fabulosa again, which I love. It just has a nice fresh smell. Okay, now we're into the final area. By this time I was just about ready to give up, but I kept going and just put all the washing up away, which is something that doesn't happen very often. It just sits there and gets used off the side, so it's nice to really put everything away and tidy up every now and then. I then moved on to the sides, pulled everything out. The sides behind the coffee machine always get really grubby, even though we do wipe down every time we use it. It seems to spill out coffee and all sorts while it's even not being used, so I gave that a good wipe over and a clean. Put everything back. I'm using this spray, which is the Aldi, it's like the Aldi version of the Method spray, and I actually prefer it to the Method, the rhubarb one. I do like that, but I like this one slightly better. So I just give everything a really good clean with that, including the kettle. And then onto my cooker hob, which needed a really good clean actually. So I give it a good spray and then dried it with a tea towel. I find that's the best way of preventing smeariness. So as you can see, the children have still got a fair few Easter eggs on the go, so I've just cleared those out, put everything away, and then put them into the cupboard so that they weren't just sitting on the side all the time. And then emptied the toaster of all its crumbs, cleared those away, and gave that a really good wipe over as well. I just moved on to the sink and gave the window ledge and the sink a really good wipe down and clean. Our window ledges actually all need painting. I think whenever the house was built, they didn't use a waterproof or a kitchen suitable paint on the window ledges because they have all, if anything's been put on them, the paint has chipped on all of them. I've not had that anywhere else I've lived before, so I don't think they use quite the right paint. Anyway, giving the stainless steel sink a good wipe down and a clean, and using my green Kermity cloth and some window lean to give it a nice shine afterwards. You're the rose in a My kitchen cabinets weren't too bad, but I did give a few of them a bit of a wipe over. I usually use a magic eraser for these, and they come up beautifully, but I didn't have a lot of time today, so I just went over the outsides. If I was doing this properly, I would have done the inside of the microwave and the cooker, but I just used the glass cleaner on the outside just to give it a nice shine and clean up. So just giving everywhere a good hoover. I put this mat here to protect the floor, but our floors are pretty trashed anyway, but I always keep it there anyhow. So giving that all a good hoover, getting up all the little bits that get on the floor. And then using my spray mop. Ordinarily on a deep clean I would get down on my hands and knees and use a cloth and wipe this floor properly, but I had had enough by this point. I was just about ready to drop, so I just used the mop. Now I'm just putting away all of the tea towels and the clean washing, and then clearing all of the rubbish from this table. Our kitchen table is a general dumping ground, especially on days like this when I'm cleaning. Everything sort of congregates here, people just dump their stuff here, so everything needs to be tidied and put away. And then last but by no means least, just hoovering around the back end of the kitchen. As you can see, there are lots of bits on the floor. We are doing the garden at the moment and there is no grass, just mud out there, so the mud just constantly gets traipsed into the kitchen. It is extremely infuriating, so that's another reason why I didn't get down on my hands and knees and scrub the floor, because it's only going to get dirty again, and that would just be a waste of my time. It is now 4 minutes past 4 on Sunday afternoon and I am finally done in every sense of the word. I'm so tired. We're going to go out for a walk now and get some fresh air. It's beautiful sunshine and I've been stuck inside all day, but I'm pleased. Everything is pretty much how I wanted it to be. I will give you a quick whiz around the rooms I've done today and show you what they look like now. I didn't spend, to be honest, I lost my mojo a bit when I got to the kitchen. I didn't spend as long on the kitchen as I normally would have done. I usually would have got down on my hands and knees and scrubbed the floor, but I had enough, so I just mopped it quickly. And also we are having the garden done at the moment, well, doing the garden ourselves at the moment, and there is mud being traipsed in and out of the kitchen all day. I didn't bother doing the utility room because there are paint pots and brushes and all sorts, because Andrew's been painting the fence. So I just thought it really isn't wise to waste time cleaning in there when it's going to be a mess again tomorrow. So I haven't done that, but I've done everything else and I think it looks really nice. So this is the kitchen. You remember what it looked like yesterday and earlier on today. So it's all neat and tidy and clean. And there's the table. I need some ornaments or something to go in here, summery stuff, but I don't know what, and I've run out of napkins, so I need to order some. Coffee station looks a bit like that. Shelves are looking, it's a bit dark, sorry. Shelves are looking a little bit empty, but they're okay. I'll put that basket up there, but I'll think of something to put in it. Yeah, don't look at that mess there because that is where the painting stuff is. I did clean the downstairs toilet in there as well, but you don't really need to see that. This is how the hallway is looking. So all the shoes have gone, the floor is all mopped and swept. My office is looking lovely. I really went through and decluttered the shelves, got rid of loads of stuff that we didn't need, put bits away in the cupboard. That coat should not be there, it should be inside the cupboard. My children are too lazy to just open the door and hang a coat up. So yeah, that's that, and there's my desk. And the coat culprit is in here. So yeah, this was lovely and neat and tidy in here, but not so much, but it's okay, just a bit of Lego on the floor. But yeah, I've cleaned all the sides and put all the work stuff away. So that's the playroom. Stairs have all been done. There's a few bits waiting to go upstairs. And then last but not least, the spare room, which you'll have seen I had a bit of a change around. This stuff needs waiting to go back up into the attic. And this is now the spare room, which I think looks much bigger actually than it did before. So this is going to go as soon as the tip opens and we can take it, as is this unit here. I think we're going to get a smaller unit or something else to go there, but not that one, but that's all we've got for now, and that needs to go. And I'm not sure about the dressing table at the moment. I want to get a dressing table in our bedroom, so I've got one in mind, a small one, so I might get rid of this as well. I might just leave it there as a decorative option, or when this is gone, might move that back over here. But yeah, so that's the spare room. So I'm just about ready to go to bed, to be honest. I've now got to, yeah, I'm going to go for a walk and then I'm going to cook a roast dinner. And then, hey, it's back to work tomorrow. So that was a manic weekend, but hey, the place looks great, and I can relax a bit knowing that everywhere's clean and tidy for the following week. So I hope you enjoyed these two videos. Oh, sorry, the light's shining in my head. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you did, please give them a thumbs up. It's been a lot of hard work over a couple of days, but worth every second. And subscribe down below if you're not already for more videos like this. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.